Did you know leukemia causes more deaths than any other cancer among children and those under the age of 20? As sad as that fact is, it strikes seniors 3 times as hard. This is Carter's story.
My name is Carter and I'm a survivor. My birthday wish is getting $4.
In honor of my brother's 4th birthday, I ask you to give $4 to the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society to help families like ours.
Hi, I'm Dana, and this is my husband Jeff. And we're parents of Carter and Jonathan. On December 21st, 2009, I took him to see his pediatrician because he'd been sick over the weekend, and I wanted to make sure he'd be good and healthy for the holiday. And while I was there, I mentioned to his pediatrician that we had noticed some unusual bruising on Carter's torso and on his arms and legs. Later that day, he called and told me that Carter, who was 2 at the time, had acute lymphoblastic leukemia, and that the doctors would be waiting for us at the hospital. It was earth-shattering news for our family.
I knew absolutely nothing about leukemia or lymphoma, completely ignorant to the struggles that families go through, both with older folks who have the disease as well as young children. By the end of the day on December the 21st, our lives had both changed forever.
A lot changed for us with Carter's diagnosis. The first thing, the biggest thing, is that immediately he went into the hospital and they told us he'd be there for at least 30 days. I think the biggest thing for Jeff and I was to, despite how horrible this all was to try to still celebrate the things that needed to be celebrated, Christmas and New Year's and all of that. We have an older son who's 9 now, he was 7 at the time, to try to make life as normal as we could for him while still giving Carter everything he needed. Carter's been through a lot. He's been through 5 very aggressive rounds of chemotherapy. Lasts a little over a year, almost 15 months of really intense chemotherapy. And during that time, you know, it's everything you imagine with cancer treatment. He lost all of his hair. He couldn't eat. He lost a lot of weight. He got very small. He was nauseous all the time. So getting him to eat anything was a big deal. He couldn't go to preschool because his immune system was just shot. The first year and a half were extremely, extremely difficult. You know, now he's in maintenance chemotherapy, and I'll say it's easier. It's not easy by any stretch. He still struggles. It's still a lot of nasty stuff that he has to go through. But he's able to eat. He's able to go to preschool most of the time. And so it's better. The poor little guy also had to have cranial radiation, which is not a decision any parent should have to make, whether to allow them to irradiate their developing toddler's brain. But the doctors advised us it was his best chance at survival. And so when you're given those options, it's really not a choice.
There were obviously a lot of challenges. Lots of changes in perspective, and that's really where LLS comes in. You know, one of the very first things they do is they help to educate. They educate folks like me who had no idea what leukemia and lymphoma was. They help to raise awareness within the community and groups like that to make people aware of what's going on. And ultimately, this is all part of the healing process, and it's what leads to survivors like Carter.
19 of the most recent medications that are now used routinely as part of cancer treatment were developed in conjunction with Leukemia and Lymphoma Society as part of their research efforts to find a cure. So, you know, as parents of a child who have this disease, that's huge to us to know that there's this organization out there that's working every day to find out better ways to treat the disease and to hopefully eventually cure it. We are almost 2 years in to what will be a 3.5-year treatment process, and he's doing well. He looks good. He's back in preschool, and so we're extremely hopeful.
It means so much when folks come, may not have any personal involvement, or they may have personal involvement with people in their own families who have suffered from these terrible diseases. But it's been that involvement over the years of folks getting engaged, learning about the diseases, supporting folks like LLS that have made Carter a survivor.
You're not just saving leukemia and lymphoma patients, you're saving, you're saving their whole family. Thank you.
Can I sing my song now?
Yeah, please do.
Okay. You're my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when the sky turns gray. You never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away.
To donate $4 and support Carter's birthday wish, please call 314-878-0780 or 800-264-2873.